the site ready and demolishing the building. On the left side is the old City Hall, which has now been demoed, and of course, future plans are to get that under design. This is just kind of a collage of some of the facades that were given throughout the year. It's quite a nice incentive for businesses to take, to look at and utilize to help make some exterior improvements and enhance the street. Very proud of this project. I know we had a nice ribbon cutting there. You all were there. This is the area kind of in front of GW Salon and Costantina's. We widened the sidewalk. We put in some nice parkside oak trees in there. We got some lighting, some landscaping. Really a nice addition to the downtown. And we want to continue that upgrade because a lot of the stuff downtown has gotten old and dated. This shows some of the landscaping that went in kind of around the living room. We put in some new landscaping. There's a nice a palm tree there if you visited that area recently. And there on the bottom, is the parking leases. We spend over $200,000 a year, CRA, for parking leases downtown, so pretty significant amount. The downtown market continues to be a huge success.
Huh?
Oh,
Supposed to add up.
I'm sorry?
Add
Yeah,
up?
they don't add up.
They don't add up? We got a little irregularity there? We'll take a look at it, but, oh, we're missing one element. Yeah, thank you, John. We're missing the Monroe Park garage, which should be in there, and that would amount to over the 200,000. So oversight, we'll fix that, so thank you. That's a good catch. This just represents
And is that the Ocean Optics amount too? Because I thought it was higher than that, but
it's $48,000.
it is, okay, well, it's good, because I thought it was
No,
higher.
it's a good, we get over 55, almost 60 spaces in the
Gotcha.
Ocean Optics, so it's a pretty good, that's a key spot for us. But we'll get, thank you for picking up on that. The Monroe Park garage is not in there and needs to be. Next one is downtown market, obviously continues to be a success. Trevor does a great job coordinating all of that. It's really a nice addition to the downtown. It brings in a lot of activity. And of course, people that go to the market then go to the restaurants and shop. So it's a really nice feeder for the downtown. The Gateway, we've talked about that. That's in the process. We're working with city attorney, city manager, and community development relative to terminating the existing development agreement that's in place so we can go ahead and reimagine that site. The owner of that property, Mr. Kokolakis, still wants to do something there. He does not want to sell. He's excited about restarting that project as the economic climate's getting a little better for development. The other one is obviously the Ocean Optics. It's been purchased. We've had just very, very light preliminary talk with the new owner. Nothing really at this point in time other than he was looking at a mixed-use project, which we kind of knew anyway, which would mean some combination of residential, commercial, and a restaurant, but nothing more than that. These are just numbers. These are numbers that we have to go ahead and share with the county. They basically show some of the revenue stream coming in. The bottom one is kind of interesting, that pie chart, if you will. You can see that in the blue is the county funding. It's around 55% or thereabout that's coming into the city. So the county's been just a fantastic partner all these years to the city, and one of the reasons we can make things happen. The next is just numbers. These are unaudited, but this is what is presented from the auditor that we utilize. We have a deadline. This has to go to the county by March 31st, and so we send them this report, and the things that get finalized with the audit report with finance take place a little bit later. Again, just numbers. So I'm going to move through it real quickly. This is kind of interesting. This is, Jeannie puts this together. We took the goals that come out of the downtown master plan, and we look and say, how did we achieve or how did we get to where we needed to be to hit that goal? And Jeannie does a great job with this. So the county likes to see it, and this is what we show. Jeannie and I would be happy, or I would be happy to answer any questions that you might have on this. Again, this is a yearly that we do. This is last year. We're in the year we're in, and we're already planning for next year. So it's always kind of funny you have this kind of triple witching at this point in time.
Any questions? Yep.
Okay. So the sidewalk issue, the new sidewalk, sorry.
Yeah.
The new sidewalk, I know there were some drainage issues with that. I assume we got that taken care of.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, we had a situation where there was just tremendous rain, and it caused a little bit of water to pool in front back in the day, and a little bit in GW Salon, and we're looking at a fix for that. So we're looking at some type of grate at the threshold. So we're in process with that right now.
And I did just get somebody complimenting about the no curbs, that it's just easier for them. So that was kind of good.
I appreciate that. No, I think just to see people walk now, they can walk 3 and 4 abreast, and it's just a nice
Oh,
situation.
yeah, it's nice.
So it
It's
worked
very
out pretty
nice.
good, but we are in the process of taking care of that drainage situation.
Bob, the freebie was done with CRA or no?
No, it was not done. The
Okay,
free
so
pe-
that's outside of this.
Yeah, I mean, it's happening downtown, and I know City Manager Bramley can probably add, but talking to George, they had over 700 riders, I think, over the weekend.
It was
Tremendous.
ARPA that did.
Yes.
tremendous.
Zarpa.
Yeah, ARPA, yes, it was ARPA funding in a pilot program, which will come back to the commission with performance measures. But I can just know that with 700 riders here over the weekend and stuff, the Blue Jays bring in a lot of activity too. It's been a good success.
Yeah.
And when I talk to other communities, because I'm still part of the Florida Redevelopment Association, other communities are doing it too, and they're seeing a pretty good success. So it's been a good hit.
Good. I mean, I'm talking to some of the drivers too. They seem like the stadium, Fenway,
Yep.
Mies Life, is taking a big time advantage of it. Okay.
Yeah, no, I think it's exceeded expectations, to be honest with you.
Let's see, and then any timeline on the old City Hall site?
No, no timeline. I think they just got a consultant on board to give a proposal now. I guess efforts will step up here, a team approach to look to get a design in play and then take it back to the commission.
So the fencing that's there now?
Yeah, it's been shrunk though.
Nothing will happen till the design?
Yeah, the fence, it's been shrunk. We did shrink it down.
Yep, no, I knew that.
And we did talk to Hanu, but currently what's up there needs to stay up for a safety issue because that slab is just kind of very raw. And it's got,
So that'll be part of the whatever ends up to be designed, okay.
exactly.
Yeah, and the only last thing I would say, been keeping an eye on the grass at Pioneer Park.
Yeah, I know Vincent
Seems
is-
like,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, definitely way better than it ever used to be.
Well, I think, I think, Vice Mayor, I think, we did those concrete radial bands out there when we redid the John O. Lawrence Pioneer Park, and they really help with foot traffic. So the grass is staying way better than it did, and I know Vince Gizzi watches that and wants to make sure that it stays up pretty good.
Okay, I mean, that's all I have right now. Thank you.
Sure.
Commissioner Trongo?
Yeah, the Dunedin freebie, I call it the Dunedin freebie,
Yeah.
is all over the place. It's everywhere, as it should be. And so it's really getting used. It's really appreciated. I think that's just an outstanding concept, so rock and roll. The budget that was set aside, I talked to the city manager real quick just to confirm the budget for 542 Main Street. And that seems to be in accordance with not only the budget, but how we feel about that. Is that correct?
I think at the moment, it's in pretty good shape. I have not talked to Jennifer, to be honest with you, so I am caught off a little bit here, but I think there might need to be some addition if the restrooms are something that's going to happen out there. So, of course, a lot of it depends on inflation and what these contractors get. So there could be a situation where something's re-upped in the budget, but frankly, I need to get with Jennifer.
Okay, great, thank you.
But, yeah, but it's an exciting project. I think we all wanted to have this respite East End type place that people could feel comfortable as we had moved to the, east of Main Street.
And it's really the restrooms that are kind of driving.
Yeah.
I mean, we really need those restrooms in that area.
And there's a cost associated with it. And of course, you don't want to just have some type of architecture that's not in keeping with the downtown, if I can say it like that.
Commissioner?
No questions.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
Yeah, I am watching the Pioneer Park as well, just.
Okay.
Any update on the Stone House?
Yeah, just a little bit. The rock house there with the stake there behind City Hall, my understanding is going to start getting it in gear. It has been slow to materialize, I agree with you, but I'm hearing they're going to start to get mobilized here.
I spoke with the owner,
Yeah.
and his issue has just been finding a contractor that he can afford
Yeah,
to do the development.
You
That's
know,
what it's all been about. He's moving forward, it's just finding the right person that can do it for the right price.
Is the plan still to renovate the existing structure, or?
no, the structure comes down, but they're looking to use some of the stones and different things in the new architecture to represent the stone house.
You probably need to know, the structure isn't historic. Those stones were brought in. He's saving the stones
Right.
to put on the facade. The house is riddled with termites.
They
And
want,
it's not considered historic.
Well, it's the uniqueness that I.
well,
Right, so that's why they're,
And have the house there and the restaurant there
Yeah,
would have been
'cause-
really cool.
the house, if you take the stone off, like everything underneath it just falls off.
I think that, yeah, they want to keep the theme. I
Dan
think what-
Carlson went over and checked it all out. Yeah, you can talk to him and get more
Yeah.
information.
Those stones came from, I believe.
Like Crystal
Yes,
River
yes,
or
Crystal
something?
River.
Yeah.
right,
Yeah,
that's-
Crystal River.
They
Yeah.
want to represent that theme. Yes,
Yeah.
maybe it's not the historical, but certainly the uniqueness, Commissioner, that you mentioned, and kind of want to go ahead and have the stones and stuff in there.
What
It's-
was really unfortunate is when they took the tree down, but it was rotten, I guess.
It was, yeah, we were all saddened by that. I actually was out there with Craig Wilson. It split right down the middle.
Yeah.
It Became
It
a
got hit
hazard.
by lightning or something, didn't it?
Yeah, it became a hazard for the Hannu. But on the other aspect, it's a funny situation. You know, all municipalities, counties, whatever, have gotten a lot of ARPA dollars. So trying to get a contractor and a consultant is just unbelievably more challenging than it ever has been. I know we struggle even when we're trying to get a consultant. It's like, wow, everybody's so busy. So, but anyway, I think the Rock House will be a nice addition. A steakhouse would be great for downtown.
Yep.
Just one other question. So the parking lot there next to the Scottish American Society, the Mies Material Building, is there ever going to be a plan where that gets paved over, or is it going to remain that kind of crushed asphalt?
You know, we did the millings there. It's very functional. You know, we're waiting for a period of time. We've done that a little bit in advance for the gateway. And of course, the gateway did not occur. So it's something that we're going to look at in the future, but there's some other needs within the CRA that we feel are a little bit more highlighted at the moment, which is continuing with some streetscapes downtown with some of the things. But I think in the future, the other thing that's nice about that, it kind of fits the resiliency, sustainability, because the millings are porous. The water can go through. So there's some advantages there. So from a sustainability, a use, and not seeing the gateway happen, it's something that we kind of deferred out into the future there. We did just wrap it with some nice decorative fencing, which the Scottish American Society wanted to see. And of course, the building's been taken down. It opened up the window there. So I think it's been a real boost for everybody.
Yeah, 'cause I seem to recall the idea when it was essentially presented to pave over that parking lot
Yeah.
was kind of sequenced with the gateway, so we're kind of, I mean, you know, we're living with it and it's working.
Well, it's functional, and if I look at all the parking lots downtown, we have a shell and a heavy used area over there at the Gracie lot next to the ice cream shop. We have a dirt parking lot at Scotland. So to be honest with you, the millings are at a higher level than some of the other areas that we have downtown. So it's something I think that we can look at toward the future as the gateway develops.
Cool, thank you.
Thank you. On the goal page, goal number 3 about the marina. And again, I know this isn't you as a CRA,
Right.
but what I want to be careful about, especially if the county commission's going to read this, we are working with Forward Pinellas and Visit St. Pete Clearwater in the county to expand the ferry service. So I feel like if they read the Clearwater Ferry added a stop in downtown Dunedin in 2019, continues today, it's on demand. It's not a regular scheduled service.
Okay.
And so I kind of feel like if we could say something that we're working,
Sure.
that it is an on-demand service, and we're working with the county and Forward Pinellas and Visit St. Pete Clearwater to have a more scheduled service.
We can do that. Like, it reminds me of the Jolly Trolley type
Yes.
language. So.
Yes, and you could say, similar to the, what we worked out with Jolly Trolley 12 years ago, or whatever it was. I just feel like I just don't want them to think, oh, well, they already have service, what are they talking about? Because it is an on-demand kind of a thing.
Yeah. We'll yeah, it definitely gets funded by, we'll edit that though.
The other thing too, I was going to mention about that, about the marina was, because, I was just reading what the goal said about attracting that corridor. We host how many special events down there that draws people to the marina? Right? So I thought that might be something. And then I know the freebie started last year and it's not through the CRA.
Correct.
But the freebie is taking people to that marina.
Yeah, it just remember it's ended September 30th. So if
Oh,
we
that's
started
right,
after
okay.
that, so
Gotcha.
I know what
Never
you're
mind.
saying.
No. Yep. So those were the couple of things that I picked up that I thought were
Okay.
just important to mention? I know that they're just snippets of the bigger thing.
No, we can edit it, and I'm certainly glad that John picked up on the numbers there.
Okay.
That parking, we'll edit that also, make sure that that number fits.
All right, I think we all agree, it's a great job. We're showing the county that we're doing what we're supposed to do.
Yeah, Gene did a great job with this, as always.
Thank you, Jeannie. Okay, and then finally, we have the Community Redevelopment Agency Director's Report. Bob?
Yeah, of course, not a lot to add, because we went over a lot of stuff in the annual report, but obviously, we're continuing to work on Skinner, okay? There's some things that we're still trying to flesh out there. Duke, we've got a binding cost estimate now that came in lower, which is great relative to the undergrounding. So we're looking to get all those paperwork and administrative things finalized and signed. We're starting to work on some of the design for the downtown parking garage, and we're also looking at phase 2 for design of streetscaping, which would be on the south side of Main Street from where we stopped with GW Salon by the trail going toward Broadway. So we're working on that aspect, which would, so, you know, I think you've all heard me say it many times, I'm a big believer in incrementalism. And we're looking to do this incrementally over a period of time to update it. Trevor coordinated, we got some new picnic tables at the John R. Lawrence Binder Park, which is kind of nice. So people are out there now with the weather good, having lunch. So very happy with that. And Trevor does a great job with the merchants and also just in making things happen downtown, whether it's benches or it's trash receptacles, whatever it is. So I just want to throw out some kudos to Trevor there too. And the force main that's been on Virginia, that's been through the utility engineering department, they're going to finish up tomorrow. So that's going to be a big relief for like Wild Iris and all those shops. They're very happy about that. So downtown's in good shape.
Is that force main, is that why that big, sort of looks like a pipe, piece of a pipe is sitting in a parking spot on the corner of Douglas and Scotland? Is that part of that project?
Probably. I haven't seen it, but probably.
Because it is, you cannot see oncoming traffic coming. It really is a visibility issue.
Okay. We'll mention
But
that.
if the job is going to be done tomorrow, then I don't think that pipe should be still sitting
Well,
there.
All the
It doesn't
pipes
doesn't
should
even seem like it's related.
usually there's two things with these contractors, and Trevor can talk to engineering tomorrow. They get the job done and open, but they don't always demobilize everything that's out
Right.
there in the field. So actually, it's a good thing to know. So, and especially
Yes,
if it's a safety.
If you're on
feasibility.
Scotland heading east,
Yeah.
and you're at the corner of Scotland and Douglas, you cannot cross or take a left because you can't see the oncoming traffic unless you
Okay.
nose out. And if it's during a Blue Jays game, forget it. You can't nose out.
We'll make them aware, because as I
Yeah,
say.
it's a real problem.
Sometimes they rush to another job, and they don't take care of cleaning up the site.
Yeah.
So Trevor's on that. He'll take care of that tomorrow.
Thank you. Okay, any other question? Yes, ma'am. Vice Mayor.
But just, it's right in front of Mayor Nova where you're talking about, because boy,
Yeah.
it sure doesn't look like they're going to be done tomorrow. They're going to be done tomorrow. huh?
Trevor, that's what you were telling me, yeah. he's not-
That's
Yeah,
great.
it's a mess. I drove by it
Yeah.
today. It's a complete mess.
It is, and I kept,
Yeah.
Was that an emergency thing, or was it planned? or-
We were told it was an emergency situation. that it
Okay,
would,
because
fail.
I can't imagine
during season.
that,
Because we, of course, always try to do
During
our things in the
season.
summer.
yeah, tough
so.
to deal with during
But,
season. And then, you know what's like the seed store? What's going to happen with that?
I just
We know
know
anything
that,
yet?
you know, unfortunately, the merchant there had some situations there, and that it's closing, and he's looking to release it to some other use.
Okay,
So,
and then the last thing is I
Taco Baby?
noticed, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to ask you about Taco Baby, but I preempted you, I'm sorry.
No, but I was going to ask you about the Pond de Vida or whatever's the side of
Santa Dia.
Calcetina's where it's got the big boarded up. Did they have a broken window or something? Because that
No,
looks
she's
horrible.
remodeling and opening.
Is she remodeling? Okay,
Yeah,
because that
she's
looks
opening.
horrible right now, so.
We've been pushing her to get that open in conjunction
Yeah,
with that
she's working
streetscape,
on it.
because now it's an.
No, I know
activity
she's
center.
been working, but I've never seen the big piece of plywood
No.
that's literally huge, right, it's a window. I mean, I didn't know. I
Usually-
asked somebody today, and they said somebody broke part of the window, and that's why it was up, because it really looks like, it looks horrible.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I'm not aware, Trevor will look into that
Yeah,
tomorrow.
okay.
But she is remodeling, as the mayor had mentioned, so, you know, we'd like to see them.
Well,
get-
No, that's- which is awesome.
You're
It's
probably right,
great.
because usually people just put brown paper in the
Yeah, they
window.
do.
Which is what she usually
They do.
has done, but this
Yeah,
is different.
it's bad.
This
we'll
is
look
like,
into
looks
that.
like a deserted, vacated, you know.
Well, and we don't want that up there for a long period of
No.
time.
Yeah, agree. That's why I just was asking
Yeah.
about it, so.
But we'll look into that tomorrow.
Anything else? Commissioner Tornga?
No, I'm Pleasantly happy about this. So obviously, this force main is the storm before the calm, as
Yeah.
opposed to this calm before the storm. But I'm happy that was a bid by someone, correct? To
Correct.
complete that project. So
Correct.
as long as we can get it done as fast as we can.
Absolutely. You know, a lot of different things downtown have just gotten older, aging infrastructure. So even when we look to do another phase of the streetscape, guess what? We need to look at the sewer laterals and water meters and things going into these buildings. They've just gotten old, you know? Some of the stuff it was old cast iron type stuff, so.
One last thing about the pavers that we have in the budget. Where do you plan to have them go? Where are they going to be used?
Which papers, John?
There's pavers in the budget.
This is what we're looking at for the second phase of streetscape.
Correct.
So we're looking to go from where we stopped there on the south side of Main by the trail area to Broadway. So we go across the Blur and go across, Chickaboom and Crown and Bull and Black Pearl and up to the Chamber. So, but we are looking to take some other dollars and reallocate that. You would see some type of budget. What we originally have in there is not enough to do this project, but we have the funds to do it. And frankly, this is what the county wants to see, is infrastructure type work, that improves.
Thank you.
Yep.
Questions?
No, ma'am.
No? Any status updates on Ocean Optics?
No. Obviously purchased by someone
Yeah, I know.
local, but no, there's no plans. There's nothing we've been left with us. The only thing that we've had very preliminary talk with them, both city manager and myself. He's just looking at some type of mixed-use project. That's all we have at this point in time.
Can we go back at him again? I know it's been a little while.
I certainly can call him and ask him. He certainly hasn't been in any hurry.
And I
for
will
sure.
tell you that hotel project that we originally had was beautiful. The look of it. Not
It
talking
was.
about the mass, size, scale.
The last iteration, right.
But the look of it with the stone and the brick,
It was stunning.
it's very Dunedin-esque looking.
It was. Very nice architecture.
And part of the reason I ask about it is because Douglas, the street, is looking bad. There's a pothole at Scotland and Douglas, those poor little, what do you call it, medians that have dirt and mulch in it
Yeah.
with no plants. Part of that, we were originally going to partner with the
That's true.
owner to get rid of those, and I know with construction, we don't want to spend a lot of money on paving a road. I get why it is where it is, but, him taking his time is meaning that we can't take care of a common infrastructure project that we should be able to. So I don't know if that helps your argument to him. He probably doesn't care one way or another.
I would
But
say that's
I'm
right.
just saying,
Yeah, I would say that's right. All these.
it's important for, if nothing else.
Oh, yeah. I mean, all these developers are dealing with the same things, high interest rates, financing, inflation,
Right.
hard to get contractors, so.
The other thing is I have noticed that whenever you're planning for the garage, as you're doing the design plan, the sidewalk on Scotland that goes all the way to Broadway, from Scotland to Broadway, the one next to the garage, there are so many people that walk on that sidewalk.
Wow.
It looks very tiny, and so in your plans, you might want to consider trying to make it wider all the way down if you can. Because a lot of people are walking dogs, they're going from their parked cars down to Broadway to shops, and so it's becoming sort of a secondary thoroughfare. This is all stuff I'm just now seeing, as you know, and you know why, because I park over
Spending
there
some
every day.
time down there, are you?
A lot of time. So I'm not telling you what to do, I'm just saying I'm seeing it. There's a lot of people walking on that, and it's just a tiny little thing. It's probably the normal size, but
Yeah, I think it's
just
just.
sharing the info.
I think it's just an old concrete sidewalk in there that's got
Right.
some undulation and things like that. And when there's some more activity traffic there, like a garage or other things, yeah, it certainly needs to be looked at. I agree with you.
So it doesn't have to be a fancy one, it can still be just a normal concrete sidewalk, but it just looks like it needs to be wider. Okay. That's all I have.
I do have a question, if
sure.
you don't mind. Bob, how is our relationship with the Institute for Creative Arts and that whole industrial? And it's been a while since we've talked about it. And
Yeah, certainly. No, timely. I have been talking with the city manager. Their lease is up September 30th of this year. Any notice would have to go to the owner, Mr. Davis, 3 months before that. Both Jennifer and I have had discussions with Dunedin Fine Arts Center. We've had a little bit of discussion also with Archangels. So we're trying to really figure where we have to go with this. We've asked Archangels written to, remember, the last time we came before the commission, you asked for 3 things: a succession plan, a not-for-profit status, and to have some art activities there for promotion. And at this point in time, there is not-for-profit. There are things they're trying to put together a succession plan. We have not seen it yet, and we're certainly trying to see where the Dunedin Fine Arts Center wants to go. So this is kind of a working project with the city manager, and I'll certainly defer to Jennifer if I said something that
No, you
isn't
got it all, Bob.
on target. But yeah, this is on our mind. I will tell you, we continue to put a lot of funds into that property. We did an air conditioning, we just did a white vinyl fence there. Mr. Davis has been good working with us. He gave us an easement that we needed to get some of those utilities underground, not only on Skinner, but a portion of Douglas. But I think this will have to, I don't want to speak for Jennifer, but I think at some point in time, this probably have to come back to you for some type of decision point and what this commission would like to do.
Well, but we've already made it, we made a decision, we made a call the last time we did this, didn't we?
This was 2 years ago. You made the,
We said that this was it,
yes.
Okay?
I thought.
Well, the plan was, the succession plan was the critical point, and that was how it is that those, those tasks, if you will, would be transferred into the DFAC. And we have had conversations with DFAC and with Mr. Coleman to that end, and so far, we haven't seen
And
any
he's
activity.
also talking to Joe, isn't he?
I don't know what
I thought Joe
conversations
was
they've
involved
had.
in some
I
of these
think that,
conversations along the way. I don't know where I remember that from.
Well, if I may add, and this isn't meant to be in any type of
Formality.
sarcastic way, but everyone goes and talks to Joe Kay, whether
Yeah,
it's
no, I know.
whether it's a theater, whether it's art, whether it's an office building, whatever it is, they talk to Joe Kay. So everybody
No, I
tries to have contact with him. Doesn't necessarily mean that he's in line for something like that. So, but the commission had made that decision: succession plan, not-for-profit status, and looking for other locations.
Well, and isn't the lease going to be up
It will,
any minute?
End of September.
but there was
All right, well, we're looking at you.
an option for a year if that was
Well,
what.
I'm just saying,
but
I'm looking,
There's an additional option for a year?
There is if the city so desired, and the Fine
oh,
Arts
for
Center.
God's sakes.
Well, that's what makes this complicated, so.
Let's not wait till the last minute.
Well, we've been talking to them since 2023, since December of
Right.
last year. So we did not wait to the last minute. And the point is, though, that it has to come back to all of you. They want to continue. They want to continue there. That's what they're working toward. We need to see some progress as far as the, other avenues.
What events have they held? They were supposed to hold
They've
events.
had some different promotional type activities.
Okay, but we've never been a
there.
part of any of it.
No.
But I think the most important part, if I may just interject with Jennifer, is it was up to Archangels to get with the Dunedin Fine Arts Center.
Yeah, no,
They-
I understand.
No, I know. They were looking to put us into this intermediary standpoint, and really it was for them to get something. And I think that's what Jennifer and I were trying to encourage them to at least look at and to do, and nothing has come to fruition at this point in time that I know of.
And there have been no events that have been citywide events that I've seen advertised or that we've been
Yeah, I know
included in.
exactly.
Have you seen anything?
There have been some events on that I've seen advertised on Facebook and that
Yeah.
type of a thing.
I mean, has the city been notified about any of those?
No.
We had something.
Last
what I don't want is the last minute thing where they're coming. I mean, I want us to know what their plan is,
Well,
way ahead of time.
well, Mayor, that's what we're trying to get to. That's what we've had
Right.
I think
several
that's on
meetings,
them
yeah.
right now.
This has not got
Except
to,
when it's, I get it. I agree. It is on them. I am not saying
If
you
you're gonna
guys
be
have done
helpful.
anything wrong. But if history serves as an indication to the future, what I'm saying is, they will wait till the last minute, and then they'll say, well, we just want to have the one-year option. We haven't had time to do
No.
anything, and we don't want to do anything. And then social media takes a hold of it, and we're the bad guys. So
Wow.
I want to know that's coming
well,
before the last minute.
we've put them on notice.
Okay.
Jennifer and I have met with the Dunedin Fine Arts Center with the new Andrea, the director. We have met with Bill Cohen. We have done all these things. It's up to them to put something together. But no, we don't want to come to you in the last minute and something
You know what I'm
staff don't
saying?
do.
I'm not saying you've done anything inappropriate. It's just, it's happened this way every single time, and so you have to change the way we approach it to make it happen differently. That's all I'm trying to say. And I don't know what that means. I don't know the answer.
No, there's a tight deadline here. It's already in place. Mr. Davis has to be noticed 3 months ahead of time. So if it's September, that means it's going to come somewhere in the July or really June, and it's up to them to
Yeah,
put something
so,
And
together.
maybe we should notice now. I don't know. Do you see what I'm saying?
I
I'm
do,
leaving it to
yeah.
you. I'm not going to try to solve it here.
well, if I could, I mean, I think too, the dynamics are already starting a little bit. I was in a, I don't even remember.
I
the
saw
board-
social
I don't even
media.
remember the committee meeting where there was a misunderstanding that the city actually owned the property.
Right.
And so
Yep.
we were already kind of getting the finger pointed a little bit, and I said, we don't own the property, and that's, part of the issue. We don't own the property, and they were like, oh, okay, so,
We're subsidizing
again, I think
Do
you
we-
guys are obviously doing the best you can.
Well,
right now.
I think how involved do you want us to get? Do you,
Yeah, and that's
I mean,
not
do you
the
want
concern.
me to spend time negotiating with the Fine Arts Center?
Actually,
Negotiating-
no.
No,
If I may.
that's not for me to say.
Yeah.
That's not for me to say. You see what I'm saying now.
I got it,
I just,
yeah.
that's it. I just want to, because, yeah, there has been social media fodder,
Yeah, I've seen it.
that this,
And then I
it
heard
has
the
said
conversation
that
right
the
after
city is
that.
kicking them out,
Yes.
and this is only going to get worse. And so whatever we need to do, yeah, I already said it. I don't need to say it 10 times.
I understand.
You got it. And I trust that you will do it right. I have no doubt.
If I may, yes, I've been approached by a number of members of the community with regards to exactly what the mayor is referencing. And I do agree that there needs to be a decision sooner than later, but at the same time, we just need to make sure, we just need to make sure that we have all of our ducks in a row when we
Yeah.
do that, because this, there's some misconceptions with regards to who owns the property. There's the optic of what they are providing in terms of the visual arts in Dunedin, that contribution aspect of it. So, I think in terms of being proactive vice reactive, we just need to make sure that we kind of go through the steps here of getting to that decision point.
Understand, Commissioner.
Well, and
I just, no, I just want,
You'll work it out with Jennifer.
I will, I just want to make it clear. We put them on notice. Where's the not-for-profit? Where's the succession plan?
Yeah.
Where's your dealings with the Dunedin Fine Arts Center?
Yeah.
So
Well-
we've been put on notice with them.
I know I'm meeting with you guys next week
Yeah.
on this very topic, so I'm kind of hesitant to really, I
Well-
want to, I want the full breadth of
This whole-
kind of where
yeah.
we stand.
Well, and it's not that the people there can't stay there. I mean, they can stay there. We're not kicking them out.
Yeah.
We're just not subsidizing a private business.
Yeah. Yeah, and I
That's the thing.
Yeah, and I think, I'll tell you, of all the points that I've heard up to this point, that is positively probably the most clearest point with regards to, on all sides of the equation here. The city subsidizing a private business is just not a sustainable or even smart thing to do. So,
Oh, we love them,
yeah.
and we love what they do.
Yeah.
And we'd love them to be there.
And
But
we'd love
again,
them to be there.
we have a
We just
responsibility
can't
to
use the
taxpayers.
taxpayers' dollars to subsidize it. And that's really all it is. It isn't about us not loving them, and we want them to stay. Hell, we named it the Artisan District for this very reason, you know? So, okay, anything else from anybody? All right. There is nobody in the audience for me to ask for input from, so we are adjourned.